Judge helps the Yankees win, you're paying the player $300 million. You better be sure that guy's going to help you get over the hump. For some reason, this guy is completely lost on calling plays. Maybe he's a therapist. Jackson cried to the rest. No, he didn't. Welcome, everybody. We are the Sports Loudmouth. Put the mic up a little bit, Speedy. Here we go. We got to get this up. There we go. Welcome, everybody. We're happy to be here at Miller's Ale House. I hope everybody has a good time. My name is Errol, and obviously, if you don't know who we are, my name is Errol Marks. I'm from the Sports Loudmouth. I am the Sports Loudmouth. This is Speedy Petey, and this is Tommy Scoops, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very happy to be here. Speedy, I want you to work with the mics tonight until we get it right. It's got a little bit of a sound over here. I want to make sure that everybody is not blown as they're eating and enjoying themselves. We're very happy to be here. This is our first show at Miller's Ale House. We're very, very happy to be here, and I hope everybody has a good time. We're going to be giving out prizes. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you guys don't know who we are, you can go and check us out at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. By the way, is that guy right there wearing a headset? Is he wearing a headset right there? You. What are you wearing a headset for? Yeah, you. You a sports fan? You a sports fan? Hold on one second. Come over here. Jamie Lee, give him a mic. Jamie, come over here. Give him a mic. Here. Grab a mic. Bring it to your table. You're a sports fan. What's your name?
Luke.
What is it?
Luke.
You got to speak into the mic, Luke.
Luke.
Oh, right, Luke. Luke, who's your favorite team in football?
I don't watch football.
You don't watch football?
No.
What do you watch?
Baseball.
You watch baseball. Let me guess, you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck. I am a Yankee fan, too. Well, that's a whole nother story, the Met fans. Jamie Lee is a Met fan. Okay, so before we get into our show, and we have a great lineup of stuff to get into, a lot of football. Maybe that's why you don't want to hear us, because we're getting into football, right? Is that what it is? Is it football that you don't want to listen to us? Have you ever heard of us? Well, now you have. So there you go. My name is Errol, and your name is what again? Luke, right? Right. Luke, I'm Errol. Errol, yes, that's Luke. How are you, Luke? Good. Okay. Who's your favorite player on the Yankees?
Jazz.
Who?
Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm is your favorite Yankee? He was just traded to the Yankees. Were you a Marlins fan before that?
Judge.
All right. Hey, listen, I'm having fun with you. Don't worry. I'm not picking on you. So Jazz Chisholm. What makes Jazz Chisholm your favorite player? You don't know? You like the way he hits? Do you like the way he plays the fields?
I like the way he hits.
All right, Luke. Round of applause for Luke, everybody. Round of applause. Luke, you can bring the mic back up. Luke. All right. Thank you, Luke. I've got a glare on this. Hopefully the sun goes down a lot quicker. This weather's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely crazy. You guys You guys have to be football fans. I hope you're football fans. You guys got to be football fans. That's why you're here, right? Miller's Ale House is a football place, right? You guys Jet fans, Giant fans, Kansas City Chief fans, Baltimore Raven fans. What are you guys? Giants. Okay. We're going to do a preview show right on this show. So we're going to get into our thoughts of the NFL season, where we think some of these teams are going to be. But first, you got to get to know who we are. And this is Speedy. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my partner for 7 years. One of the best statistic people you'll ever meet in this industry. One of the best. One of the great personalities. A little out there sometimes. A little out there. But, you know, that's what makes him so great. Half the bar's leaving. You want me to lower the music? That's all you got to do. You got to ask. You don't have to go over here. Bring down the mic a little bit. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. Well, all right. Half the bar is leaving. Why would you guys be leaving? Anyways, so we're going to get into it. SNY's Connor Hughes reports that Hassan Reddick was still not practicing today. He added that it would be a major surprise if he plays week 1 versus the 49ers. Robert Saleh says he still wouldn't rule out Reddick for week 1. Reports say that Trent Williams is ready to play week 1, and the Jets, after signing the extension on Tuesday. The 49ers are 3.5 favorites against the New York Jets. Now, I am a Jet fan, and I know over the years, if you're a Jet fan, you can't be very happy about the New York Jets. You're a Jet fan, Wally. I know you are. Hands up for Wally, ladies and gentlemen. Wally, I feel sad for you as much as I feel sad for every single Jet fan. For years, we've been drafting quarterback after quarterback in the first, second, third rounds, and every single one of them have sucked. Over the last 10 years, the New York Jets have drafted 4 first-round draft pick quarterbacks, 2 second-round draft pick quarterbacks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, tells you that the New York Jets, Jamie Lee, you know that, do not know how to draft quarterbacks. So right now, Hassan Reddick right now is just not showing up to practices. He's not showing up because he wants a big-time contract. If I were the New York Jets, I would have traded him as soon as I brought him to the team. But, of course, the New York Jets have made a lot of mistakes over the years, and Joe Douglas is going to be the blame on this, as he's been the blame of Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson is no longer on an NFL team right now, as he just got dropped by the Broncos. 3 years ago, the New York Jets decided to draft a quarterback that nobody really even gave a crap about, and from BYU. And now what you see with the New York Jets is an old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers that only played 4 downs last season. So let me get this straight. And Speedy, you're sitting here right now. If you look at the New York Jets right now, and you look at the situation the Jets are right now, where do you think the Jets need to go early this season? Do they decide to trade Hassan Reddick, or do they decide to keep Hassan Reddick and try to move forward with him?
I don't think they can trade him at this point. You look at a case of the Jets not getting a lot of value with Hassan Reddick really trying to force his way and try to manipulate everything right now. You're better off trying to make it work. If you miss him for a game or two, it's not as big of a deal. The 49ers are going to have to be creative to game plan for anyway, because they're going to be very tactical offensively, whereas one pass rusher is not going to solve everything. And if you're going to say the Jets are something where an interior rush is going to be the thing that beats Brock Purdy, Quentin Williams, Javon Kinlaw, former 49er that knows the 49ers offense, maybe he has an edge there. I think that's the way you're going to beat them at this point. So hang on to Hassan Reddick, try to negotiate to make him happy a little more, and just see what happens. They're going to have to come to a compromise. Hassan Reddick, you're not getting $25 million like you want. You'll have to try to make 22 work.
And again, if you're a Jet fan, you look at the Jets right now. They just signed Michael Carter yesterday. He just got a $33 million contract. They keep their corners right now intact. They have Sauce Gardner. They have DJ Reed. DJ Reed's final season. The Jets right now have one of the best defenses in the NFL. If Hassan Reddick joins the team, if he doesn't join the team, the Jets are going to be living with Jermaine Johnson, who's a second-year player as a starter. He gained 25 pounds the other day, over the past couple of months. And right now, if you look at the New York Jets, the Jets need pass rushing. They have Quentin Williams, and they have Quincy Williams. Quincy Williams was an all-pro player last year. And if you're a New York Jet fan, and there are a lot of New York Jet fans here, I'm sure tonight, probably hiding somewhere, probably not in this room because we have a lot of Giant fans, as we see. And we will get into the Giants. I'm sure you Giant fans love Daniel Jones, right? You love Daniel Jones, right?
Danny Dimes.
I'm sure you do. I'm loving Joe Shane, by the way. He's been fantastic. Asking his kids how to draft his players. Oh, he's fantastic. Hard Knocks was wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, going back to the New York Jets, if you're a New York Jet fan, there's a lot of questions for the New York Jets this offseason. And one of the main reasons why the Jets went after Mike Williams was because they had no depth at the wide receiving position. They brought in Mike Williams. He's an injury-prone wide receiver. And Aaron Rodgers, if he stays healthy, the Jets should win a significant amount of games. Now, the question is, are they going to stay healthy in that offensive line? Bringing in Smith, bringing in Morgan Moses. These guys are going to have to stay healthy. They brought in Olu Fushanu. He's, I believe, one of the best offensive linemen from the draft and came from Penn State. So if you sit here right now and you look at the New York Jets, the Jets have an opportunity this season to be one of the best teams in the AFC. Now, the AFC East has a very interesting list of teams. As we all know, the Buffalo Bills have been one of the best teams in the AFC East for the last 5 seasons. Josh Allen and company, there's no more Stephon Diggs. There's no more Gabe Davis. So now going into the season, he's going to obviously rest on some of the different tight ends that he has. And if you're a fantasy guru, you guys play fantasy sports? You guys on the bar, you play fantasy? You don't play fantasy? You're Giant fans, you don't play fantasy? What? You don't do that? You do. He does. Peter, what is his name? Is it Peter? Yeah, him. Brian, you play fantasy football. He is. He's a Giant fan too, right? Is he a Giant fan? No. What fan is he? What is it? The Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker Mayfield and company this year, huh? Canales right now is coaching another team with the Carolina Panthers. So it's interesting. The Tampa Bay Bucks. How are you a Tampa Bay Buck fan? Oh, you're from Florida. Okay. All right. We're going to pass the mic around in just a little while, but we're going to get into our picks. And obviously, Baltimore and Kansas City tonight. I hope everybody has a lot of fun. We're going to watch a great game tonight. I think these are 2 of the best teams right now in the AFC. And could be AFC championship right over it. So, but getting back to the New York Jets, because I am a Jet fan, and I'm a sorry Jet fan. Aaron Rodgers plays a big part of the New York Jets going into this season. A big part of this season. And I'm gonna walk around right now because I'm not getting anybody's attention here. I think everybody's enjoying themselves, and I love it. I love it over here. Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee is a Green Bay Packer fan, right? That's right. Green Bay Packers. This season, what do you think about the Green Bay Packers?
11-6.
11-6.
I don't trust the defense.
You don't trust the defense. You like Jordan Love?
Yeah, but he got to show me a little bit more.
A little bit more of what?
I mean, he played good one season. I got to see more. But I think he's going to be good, though.
11-6, pretty good record, and a very good division, one of the best divisions in football. All right, this guy over here, right over here. What's your name, sir? You look like you're a happy dude. You enjoying your beer? You a football fan? You hate football? You care less about sports. Enjoy your beer. Enjoy your beer. How about you, sir?
What's happening?
You a sports fan? You a Giant fan? Okay. Now, I want you to tell everybody here your thoughts of the New York Giants this year.
You know what? I haven't watched them. Do they suck?
They suck.
I said, do they suck?
They don't suck. I mean, a lot of people think they're going to suck, but I don't think they're going to suck. Why? What makes you think they're going to suck this year?
Because I haven't watched them.
Okay. These guys are hardworking guys. It doesn't seem like you're a Giant fan either. Are you a Giant fan?
Yeah. Super Bowl time.
You guys don't watch much football. You don't watch football? You watch football. What? Racing. Oh, man. How about you? You watch football? Wow. Everybody's here and they don't like football. This guy right here, Bud Light over here? The one right next to him? This guy right here? That's all right. Thomas, Jets or Giants fan?
Probably the Giants.
Probably the Giants. What makes you a Giant fan?
I don't know. They just play better football than the Jets. They've been losing a lot, the Jets, so the Giants have, have a place. Yeah.
All right. Thomas is a Jet fan. I mean, a Giant fan. But I'm going to turn him into a Jet fan. What are you looking forward to the NFL season this year?
Well, hopefully, maybe if the Jets can play better football, maybe I might turn to a Jets fan. But right now, the Giants have, I'm a fan of the Giants right now. But I don't know. The Jets could probably turn it around this season.
All right. Thomas, everybody. Thomas. All right. These guys over here are not football fans. It's very surprising over here. These guys right here. I know you guys probably don't even want to look at me right now. It's okay. Are you here to watch the football game? You're not? What are you here for? To get drunk, right? To get wasted? Oh, you just want to eat food. Eat. Oh, you went to a wedding? Oh, this weekend's the wedding. I can't hear him. He's got to calm down. He's got to relax over there. Just relax. Oh, that's life, buddy. That's life. That's life. Anyways, over here, we got Thomas's family over here. Tommy, Jets or Giants fan? Jets or Giants fan?
I used to be a Giants fan.
What makes you a Giant fan?
I love the Giants.
In the 80s, where were you? Lawrence Taylor fan?
You go. LT, Harry Carsons, Carl Banks, all those guys.
Okay. And why do you say you're used to a Giant fan? You should be a Giant fan right now.
I don't like the way they're doing things now. They're kind of sketchy now. They got rid of Saquon. They didn't want to sign him. They gave Daniel Jones a whole lot of money, and he ain't worth it. But
can we switch you to a Jet fan? I'm close to switching your son to a Jet fan.
no, I'm sorry. I gotta go back to my old team, the Steelers.
The Steelers.
Errol's favorite quarterback plays for the Steelers.
Yes, my favorite quarterback plays for the Steelers. Oh, man, Wally, you're a Jet fan. What's up, Wally? Ernie, you're a Giants fan. Okay, what are you looking forward to this year's season?
I was going to the playoffs and go to Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. The Giants going to the Super Bowl. I think he's one of very few people that think that.
Yo, nah. They can do it. I never give up on my Giants.
Ernie thinks they're going to the Super Bowl. Ruth, you a football fan? Okay, who you root for?
Tonight,
No, who do you root for?
it's going to be Mahomes.
Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City. You think they're going to win back-to-back-to-back Super Bowls?
Excuse me?
Do you think they're going to win their third Super Bowl in a row?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because they're the best of all the teams right now.
Okay. Well, they have the best quarterback right now. Wally, you're a Jet fan. How about you guys? You guys are Jets, Giants fans? Giants fans. Giants fans. What makes you a Giant fan?
I don't know. They're just a good team. I mean,
A good team. A good team.
yeah.
Who's your favorite player on the Giants?
Used to be Saquon, but he got traded to the Eagles. So now I'm really hoping for Malik Neighbors when they drafted him. So,
Malik Neighbors. Jets or Giants fan?
Giants.
Giants. Who's your favorite Giant?
I go Malik Neighbors as well.
What is that?
Malik Neighbors as well.
Malik Neighbors. You know, he's a rookie. So, wow. Yeah? Do you know who he played for in college?
LSU.
LSU. Okay, they know their football. They know their football. All right. All right. Well, look on the bright side. I got people that hate me, and I got people that love me. On one side, I got people that love me, and on this side, I got people that can't stand me. But that's okay. That's sports radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
That
Fish, you can
is
convince some of these guys to be
sports
Giants
radio,
fans.
ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right. We got it over here? All right. All right, let's get into it. Ian Rappaport reports that Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are nowhere close to a deal. He added that if they can't get anything done by Saturday, he doesn't expect a new deal to happen at all. Dak is likely to get no less than $60 million per year from the Cowboys, but is expected to get more if he enters free agency. Reports say the amount of years is the biggest thing holding the deal back, as he is 31 years old. Dak had 4,516 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, and was the runner-up of the MVP last season. Everybody knows what I feel about Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And Dak Prescott has a chance to prove it this year. He has a chance to get his money. Quarterbacks in the NFL deserve that kind of money. Now, obviously, when you look at the quarterback position and you look at where the Cowboys are this year, they didn't add any help. The Jets have, the Cowboys have no running back. They have Zeke Elliott. They bring Zeke back. Zeke is getting $1.6 million this season, and the Cowboys right now didn't give any help in the offseason for CeeDee Lamb. Now, CeeDee Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, but no depth for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be a problem this season. Ferguson, and obviously the tight end, is one of the better underrated tight ends right now in the NFL. If you play fantasy football, he'd be a guy to look at. So if you're a fantasy football player, I'd look at Ferguson. So right now, right now with the Dallas Cowboys and where the Dallas Cowboys are, they're in a division right now where it's run by the Philadelphia Eagles. They added some secondary help in the offseason, especially in the draft. I think they're one of the most talented teams right now in the NFL. The Eagles are one of the most talented teams in the NFL. So what does that do for the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely nothing. So now Dallas is going into a season where they need, obviously, depth on the secondary for their defense. They need depth with their wide receiving core, and they need depth for the running game. If Dak Prescott puts up 4,500 yards this year, he deserves $60 million. Dak Prescott is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. If you're a Dallas hater, you're probably going to hate on, obviously, Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott deserves a lot of credit. If you look at Dak Prescott's numbers in the last 5 years, they're amongst the league's best. I know a lot of Giant fans don't want to hear that. I know a lot of Giant fans can't stand Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. But Dallas right now has a chance to be a playoff team, a wild card team. They're not going to win the division this year. And right now in the division with a young quarterback in Jaden Daniels with the Washington Commanders, and obviously Daniel Jones being flushed down the toilet by the New York Giants, the Giants are in a situation where they're lucky to be a 500 team. Washington will be lucky to be a 500 team. So it's a race right now in the NFC East with 2 teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, Speedy.
Yes, absolutely. The Philadelphia Eagles did everything they did to improve on defense, and the Cowboys did the opposite, where they got a lot worse. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that they have to pay all these guys, including Dak Prescott, who they still have to figure out now. And if you're Jerry Jones, you cannot let this extend any further, because Jerry Jones has already made it hard on CeeDee Lamb. They finally got a deal done for him, but still, it's not very good for somebody like CeeDee Lamb or somebody like Dak Prescott, where can you trust Jerry Jones to be able to make that kind of thing work? Philly has everything going in the right direction. On the other end, Howie Roseman is one of the best, if not the best GM in all of football right now. That team is loaded. I think they're the second best team talent-wise right now in the NFC, and easily going to be Super Bowl contenders. The Giants, their defense is nice, but if their offense can't stay on the field, their defense is going to get really worn out. And Washington's the opposite. Their offense has some upside, but their defense is still a mess.
Fish, I know you've been waiting. I know you're a Giant fan. Your thoughts of the NFC East?
What's going on over there, guys, in Long Island? I'm far on the other side, north and west, where they say the weather's really crummy. That's where I am. And I'll tell you right now, the Giants are terrible. That I've heard a lot of conversation with some of these guys about it. But we're talking about the two teams that are the class of the East, because the Redskins, formerly known as the Redskins, the Commanders are not it. Take a look at what the Cowboys did this offseason. Jerry Jones said they're going all in before this offseason. And guess what happened? They spent nothing in free agency again. What are they trying to do? Are they saving the money for Dak Prescott? Well, 4 years ago, they spent top of the market. Dak was given the highest contract in the NFL at the time he signed it. Today, that contract is the same as Daniel Jones's contract, $40 million a season. Dak is going to ask for a lot more money. Do you give him that money after the lackluster performance in the playoffs this past season when they were down 28-0 before it happened and then the game was out of hand? Sure, he had good stats, but that game was over before the end of the first half. Are you going to pay him that money? And I don't know if that's what the Cowboys are doing. Meanwhile, look over at the Eagles, the most hated team in the world for Giants fans. Now they took our best player. They fixed their running game. If it was broken in the first place, now they have an elite running back. They had all these holes in the secondary. They drafted their first 2 picks on guys that are expected to be the top 2 corners in the draft somehow go to them. And then they also have the best offensive line coach in the league, even though Kelsey retired, and Jeff Stoutland. So now they have everything at every position. The Eagles are clearly going 17-0, and they're going to go undefeated. And the Cowboy, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to have perfect health. There's nothing wrong with that team. The Cowboys, they're thinking the other way around. You know what? We're good as is. Dak on the last year, he's going to prove it to everyone. Do you guys think he's going to prove it to everyone?
Dak will. We don't see on the rest of the team.
Aaron Fishman, ladies and gentlemen, is our executive producer over there. He's upstate New York in Rockland County. And he does all our graphics, ladies and gentlemen. I know, obviously, if you've never heard our show, you haven't ever watched our show, you can go and check us out. And you can go on YouTube. You can go all over the social media market and check us out. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of them. The Sports Loudmouth. But, yeah, right now, the NFC East is very, very interesting. The Dallas Cowboys right now, there's a lot of questions. There's no depth in a lot of positions right now. Micah Parsons speaks out, says a lot of foolish things over the last couple of weeks. I think the whole problem right now with the Dallas Cowboys is the depth situation, like I was just saying. There is no depth in their wide receiving. There's no depth in their running game. There's no depth in their corners. So they're going into a season where they're depending on a quarterback that obviously nobody likes and wants $60 million. And I do believe that Dak Prescott's going to get his money no matter what. And right now, if you look at the Dallas Cowboys, I still think the Dallas Cowboys are a top 5 team right now in the NFC. Even with the lack of depth, the offensive game that they play and the way they play offensively, I think that Dak and this team could absolutely win 11 games this year. And as a matter of fact, since Mike McCarthy has taken over the team, there's only 1 year that they haven't won more than 10 games. So they have a chance this year to win more than 10 games. The problem with the Dallas Cowboys is the playoffs, and that's where Dak needs to show up in games. And a lot of Cowboy fans don't like him because he doesn't show up to the playoff game. So hopefully this coming season, if the Cowboys make the playoffs, if they're matched up against the 49ers, the Rams, the Lions, even the Chicago Bears, I do believe that they can beat every one of those teams except the Philadelphia Eagles. So the NFC East is very interesting. The NFC North is even more interesting, Speedy. Your thoughts to the NFC North?
Oh, yeah. The NFC North could go many different directions. A lot of people are high on the Packers. I know that's your team over there, Jamie Lee. And I agree with you what we were saying before, though. There are some questions with this defense. Now, they have a new defensive coordinator after they had Joe Barry for a while, and he was horrible. I thought in a lot of instances they've been bad against the run for a while. The Bears are interesting because they have the coaching questions, too. We talked about it yesterday with Matt Eberflus. Definitely a guy that's on the hot seat after how he treated Justin Fields last year. But talent-wise, I think they've built up a really good team with good late-round draft picks, great trades the last couple of years, and they're going to definitely be up there. But the Lions are still the class right now. They did everything they needed to do in the offseason to improve on defense. They had a blown 17-point lead in the NFC Championship game, but they have a lot of young talent, a lot of talent that did not have to be paid right away. They extended St. Brown, they extended Sewell, but they didn't. Everything else is on rookie contracts for the most part. The Lions are on the up and up right now, and barring injuries, this is the best team right now in the NFC. And I think they could be a real sleeper team to go to the Super Bowl this year. The Vikings, they're going to be pesky, but again, quarterback questions are going to make it very hard. They're not going to be a bad team, but they'll probably be somewhere in between. So I would favor the Lions right now. Go Packers, Bears after that.
The Lions aren't a sleeper team. The Lions are definitely one of the favorites. They're definitely one of the favorites right now to come out of the NFC North. Now, Tommy, I haven't given you a chance to speak about the New York Giants before we get into the NFC North. Your thoughts of the New York Giants this year? I know you're a Giant fan.
Well, the New York Giants, man. I mean, we always say it all the time, though, but on the New York Giants, looking at them at Hard Knocks, I mean, as a Giants fan, you can't help but have so many questions for them going into this season. I mean, look at everything that happened with Joe Shane. He's very, I'm sorry, but this whole Hard Knocks thing made him look very extremely incompetent. I don't know how I'll trust my general manager going forward if he doesn't even appreciate our star running back, that everybody knows that half of the offense, if not more than the offense, goes straight through I'm sorry, not Daniel Jones. Oh, I was about to say Daniel Jones. How disgusting does that sound? But majority of that offense does go through Saquon Barkley. So to straight up disrespect him like that and just get him out of the way, get him out of the team, and straight up, I mean, if you look at Hard Knocks, he straight up was like, we're going to see where your worth is. And if you don't know where Saquon's worth is, having been on the team for 6+ years, I think it was time for him to get out of there to get more worth somewhere else. But I don't know, really, personally, me going into this season, Joe Shane is really the really incompetent one that really scares me the most. So that's where I'm going with my Giants. But hey, I mean, we got to see where the season comes. I do Malik Neighbors could be a good wide receiver, and Daniel Jones just has to get the weapons around him. So we got to see what the season starts.
That's the problem for the New York Giants is they didn't build around weapons. But I definitely want to get into the NFC North, and we're gonna give you our thoughts to all the teams right now in the NFL, all the way through, and we're gonna give you their record a little bit later and our thoughts where their records are going to be and where we believe they're going to be moving forward this NFL season. But the NFC North is very interesting. I think this is one of the best divisions in football. I really do. I think the Chicago Bears have gotten a lot better. They have, I hear boos, but I do believe the Chicago Bears are going to be a better team with Caleb Williams this year. I think they have the quarterbacks. I do believe. What, you don't like the Chicago Bears? They're going to be good this year. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They're going to be good this year. They're a pretty good team. They have probably the best trio of wide receivers in the NFL right now. They have a very good defense. And Caleb Williams is one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. So I like Justin Fields.
I agree with what he said. He said he's a quarterback and running back as well.
And what do you think Caleb Williams is? Caleb Williams is a mobile quarterback. Caleb Williams is probably the best quarterback we've seen. If you want to compare Caleb Williams, you compare him to an Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, if anybody likes Aaron Rodgers, if anybody thinks that Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback, well, then you probably believe that Caleb Williams could be that type of quarterback. And I do believe the Chicago Bears have an opportunity this year to be a 7 or 8 win season. And I do believe right now the Chicago Bears have a lot of weapons with their wide receivers. Adunze is one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL. They added, obviously, a wide receiver from the Chargers who is very explosive, had a very good season last year. And they have DJ Moore, who's one of the faster outside wide receivers in the NFL. So they're very explosive. They brought in a running back like Swift. He's very fast, can catch the ball in the backfield. I think they're as explosive as any team in the NFC North. When you look at Minnesota, they're adding Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers. Sam Darnold, there's a lot of questions at the quarterback position. But right now, the NFC North, everybody keeps talking about the Lions and how talented the Lions are. The Green Bay Packers, Minnesota, Chicago. This is why I believe, Speedy, this is one of the best divisions in football.
I think it's definitely the best in the NFC because there's really no obvious, really bad or rebuilding type team. Like we were talking about the NFC East, the Commanders, they're going to be rebuilding. In the NFC West, the Cardinals are going to be rebuilding, and NFC South, the Panthers. The Vikings are not rebuilding. Like they are still a very talented roster on paper. While they might not be a playoff team, they're going to be pesky. They always play tight in division, even if they don't have the best team. And the Packers, it'll come down to coaching because they built up a lot of good talent too. And the Bears, especially, will come back to coaching because Matt Eberflus, his seat's very hot.
Tommy, how's your burger over there? You eating a burger over there? He's eating a burger? What is he eating over there? No. What is Tommy eating? What is he eating? What is it? Mozzarella sticks? I love the mozzarella sticks here, by the way. I love them.
You got to give it the Danny Dime pizzazz. You got to give it the mozzarella. The
mozzarella sticks.
Got to give it the hand.
The mozzarella sticks.
That's the Tommy DeVito, my man. Tommy DeVito. Tommy.
DeVito.
Oh, please. Tommy DeVito. He's got to stop hanging out in the Hamptons, man. He's been hanging out in the Hamptons all summer long, trying to look for women. All he finds is his wonderful hands.
Official
You know all
time to
about
go down
that.
to the next party.
I'd rather him learn how to look for a receiver downfield before he looks for any more women because he didn't find any of them last year.
Hence the reason why I said the only thing he's found is his hands.
Maybe you can spot Odell Beckham in the crowd, Fish. That might be the best chance.
Oh, my goodness.
Be receiver for the Miami Dolphins this year.
Well, again, Danny Dimes is he's got a chance right now. Daniel Jones has a chance this year to prove himself. And I do believe the Giants are better than what people think they're going to be. But we're not here talking about the Giants. We're here talking about the NFC North. And again, I think the Green Bay Packers could win a significant amount of games. Jordan Love has to play as well as he did in the second half. He's got to play a full season as a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. They got a tremendous amount of weapons, a tremendous amount of secondary wide receivers in Reed and Watson. They have wide receivers. They just don't have a number one. And that's the problem right now with the Green Bay Packers. They don't have a number one wide receiver, but I think they have a tremendous amount of depth. And I do believe that the Green Bay Packers could win about 12 games this year if they stay healthy. And it all depends on Jordan Love. It all depends on their talent around him. But I just think that this division, this NFC North, is wide open. And I think there could be 3 teams coming out of the NFC North making the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago makes the playoffs. I really think they have enough depth this year, and they could win 9 or 10 games. I think a wild card team could win 8 games right now in the NFC and make the playoffs.
Oh, we have our very own Josh Silverberg shaking his head over there, as his father is a Packers fan, and he's down on the Chicago Bears, I could tell.
Well,
it's definitely possible, Errol. 3 teams out of that division. Back in the day, it was the NFC East. We thought it was going to be those 3 teams in there: the Cowboys, the Eagles, and never the former Redskins. The Giants were there very often. And really, ever since the last Super Bowl, it hasn't happened for us. It's definitely the North now. Now, the Giants are going to smack these Vikings, so don't even worry about it. This coming Sunday. So it's not even something we have to worry about them. They're not one of the 4 teams. Their defense was atrocious. It's not gotten better. I'd be surprised.
Hold on. Did you just say the Minnesota Vikings are going to lose?
Secondary.
You think Minnesota's going to lose against the Giants on Sunday?
They're going to smack them.
And
like that. They got to know. The Giants, they know. That's what it is. Ever since we got Tommy D, we all know who's bringing the sauce.
What is he going to do, line up in the Wildcats?
I don't know. We'll put him out
half
there.
of you Giant fans don't believe in Daniel Jones. So if you don't believe in Daniel Jones, what makes you think they're going to beat the Minnesota Vikings? They're not. There's people in the background saying Giant fans. What happened? They don't have Kirk Cousins.
Don't worry, they got Sam Darnold coming back to New York.
Well, Kirk Cousins is playing for Atlanta.
Bowl.
Kirk Cousins is playing for Atlanta right now.
I'm not afraid of Sam Darnold. Who's afraid of Sam Darnold? You got Jets fans in that bar. Who's afraid of Sam Darnold in that bar right now?
Well, I could probably say a lot of Giant fans or a lot of Giant haters could say who's afraid of Daniel Jones. So,
don't worry, there's a lot of Jets fans that also will say it's classic Jets for Sam Darnold to have a Pro Bowl year with Justin Jefferson and those skill players.
Yeah, and the Giants are going to have problems defending against Justin Jefferson. How are they going to defend against Justin Jefferson? Now, I do believe. Don't tell me.
That's easy.
Oh, yeah, who?
He shut down Justin Jefferson in the playoffs 2 years ago. The man, the legend, back on the Giants. Dory Jackson will shut down Justin Jefferson. 5 days off the street. He's got it. He's going to be that good.
Somebody's smoking today. I think somebody's smoking.
Hopefully
something
Shane
today.
Bowen can make those adjustments as the defensive coordinator.
Somebody's enjoying
Because Wink
that.
Look at Shane Bowen, baby. Let's go.
Wink Martindale's now coaching for a Michigan team that likes to cheat.
You know what? I'm gonna give the mic to our new father, Joshua Silverberg. You can grab a mic. You can sit over there. Yeah, you're gonna sit over there, right over there. We'll let you speak. Josh Silverberg does a show on the network. It works, Josh.
What's up, everybody? How are
It
we?
works.
I feel honored to be able to talk to Fish now face to face where I can hear him clear and I won't interrupt him this time, so it feels nice.
Well, you kind of look like blood brothers. You guys kind of look like twins.
Well, take that.
You
because
do.
we-
You look
we-
like twins.
We make good takes.
My-
so it's great.
He's just a lot
My
taller.
actual brother's name is Josh, so it works out.
See that?
You guys
Common.
are brothers.
It is more common than we think.
So is your private last name Silverberg?
No, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. But no, I wanted to come out tonight because, one, I knew this was happening. So, of course, I mean, my show hasn't aired in 3 weeks. I forgot the show actually was on Monday's PD. Forgot to remind me. But I've also had a lot going on. We know that. My wife gave birth to our second boy 2 days ago. So
Round of
I'm
applause
here.
for Joshua
So-
Silverberg, ladies and gentlemen. A new
Literally
daddy.
got home from the hospital 3 hours ago and I made it here just
A
for
new
Arrow
daddy.
and everybody.
There you go. There you
Yes.
go. Enjoying yourself. Your wife's still in the hospital, right?
No, we're home. No, we came home at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so baby's settled. My oldest one is at my sister-in-law's house, tearing that place up, so kind of get some time. So it's nice. It feels nice.
You gonna eat anything today?
I got to be home by like 7 something. What are you kidding me?
You don't even have a watch.
I'm on a time crunch. Are you kidding me? I'm lucky I was allowed out
You don't even
tonight
have
for this.
I've never seen that before.
Do you?
You're
Are
looking
you
at
aware?
your wrist and you don't even have a watch on.
I told my wife this after. I said, "By the way, I'm going to see Arrow show today." She goes, "What time is that?" She goes, "Well, you have a time crunch, just letting you know." So, just saying.
All right. Your thoughts to the NFC North this year?
Oh, well, so obviously Speedy alluded to my thought process of the Chicago Bears conundrum that we have with Caleb Williams, and we're believing in him so much, which, again, I think we all have to settle down. The fact of the matter is he has as many weapons as any quarterback does in the league, right? With DJ Moore, now Romeo Dunes added, of course, bringing in Keenan Allen if he can stay healthy. I got to believe in that offensive line, number one. As good as the Bears can be, I want to see how this defense flows as well. But do we really believe in Matt Eberflus, though? Are we really believing in him as a head coach? That's the common denominator right there. And that's why I thought the Bears should have fired him last year, bringing in a new head coach and going that route. You start fresh, new head coach, new quarterback, everything like that. So for me, I'm not sold on the Bears. I love Detroit. Errol knows I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I drafted him on my fantasy
I think
team
everybody
this year.
loves St. Brown.
But I put him in my top
Everybody,
four.
stop.
I put him in my top four receivers
Stop.
this year, and you were like, "You're crazy." I said, "I'm telling you, I think he's going to be that good."
Oh, you're using your flamboyant hand?
I am.
I'm telling you.
I could go like this. You want me to do? I could do like I could do the
Just
Mad
don't
Dog.
point in my face.
I
Yeah,
could do
there
that.
you
You want
go.
me to go that
There you
route?
go. Just don't point in
I could
my
do the. I could do Tommy Scoops with the. I could do the wink thing at the end there at the camera. I could
Oh,
do that.
no, he wears his
I gotta
glasses.
figure
He
that
wears
out.
his sunglasses.
I gotta figure that out. Yeah, we gotta talk about that at some point. When we do this at the end, I like that. That's a good one. It's setting your mark. But I like the Lions. I think they have the best team for the North. They improved on their defense. We know their offensive line. We know how that goes. Jared Goff doesn't get enough credit. I still don't think he gets enough credit. The Lions should have won that game against San Francisco last year. They shot themselves in the foot. There were guys dropping passes left and right. LaPorta is slowly becoming the best tight end in football, close with Kelsey, obviously. And I do believe in the Green Bay Packers. I believe in Jordan Love. I believe those weapons that he has. We're going to see tomorrow how good he is against a very tough, I think, Philadelphia Eagles team. But I do like Jordan Love a lot. I think those are the two teams that are going to come out of the North. It's going to be between Green Bay and
How much
Detroit.
did your father pay you to say that?
He didn't pay me anything at all to say that. He would have told me to say the Packers are the favorites to win that division.
Now I know your father's doing something at home.
Hey, listen, but again, they're another team last year. When we look at it in that game against the 49ers, did the 49ers win that game or did Green Bay lose that game more? What happened in that second half?
I mean, you got to show up to the game. You got to play every single quarter all the way to the end. And the Green Bay Packers didn't, and San Francisco did.
I agree with you on that standpoint, but the problem is I think Jordan Love, the moment got to him. They took a lead. He said this is going to be easy, just like it was against Dallas. I'm going to take it easy in the second half. All of a sudden, things were just going awry. The offensive line broke down. San Francisco adjusted very well. We saw that in that second half. But to me, I believe that Love is going to take that next half. Now, I don't think what Green Bay should have done is paying him that contract. I think he should have given him another year. But like I said, we'll see how whatever happens. I think, like I said, I'm not going to say flip a coin. I'm giving Detroit the love right now. I do think Detroit could be just as good as the 49ers are. I do. And I think the Lions, if I had to make a prediction, I do think they're going to be the ones that end up going to the Super Bowl. Detroit out of the NFC over San Francisco.
I do believe Detroit is a lot of people's favorite.
Dan Campbell, man, he's got Applebee's now. He's got the commercial now, man.
We're in Miller's Ale House. We're not talking about
I know we're not,
Applebee's.
but I'm just saying, though, he's making moolah
You
off
shouldn't
the
even
commercials.
mention Applebee's on this show.
Nobody likes Applebee's. I'm just saying he makes the commercial.
Well, I like Applebe's, but I'm not here at
See,
Applebe's.
I didn't say that. I didn't go that round if I liked it.
I like Applebee's.
I just said the name. I didn't say I liked it. I'm just saying the name.
All right, take the mic out of this guy's hands.
Take the mic out of my hands.
Take the
I
mic
gotta run
out of
home
this guy's
anyway.
hands.
I mean, Jets? No Jets? No?
We did speak about the Jets. We're going to get into the AFC. We're in the NFC
All right,
right
well,
now.
I'm leaving in a few minutes. But, guys, enjoy this. I appreciate you letting me come on. I wanted to stop by and say hi.
You're getting that daddy stomach now.
I am.
Getting that daddy stomach.
All right, relax, Jibbo. Don't be
Merry
judging
Christmas.
people. Yeah.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you.
I love you. You know I love you. Stop it. Stop it, man. You know I love you. Carter is a cute kid, man. Yes. I did. And you know what? He kind of looks like your wife, and that's why he's a cute kid. We love you, man. We love you. We love you. Josh Silverberg, ladies and gentlemen. Game on. Very good. Very good. Number 24, Darrell Revis, ladies and gentlemen. Now I know he's smoking something.
Hey, at least he had them going to the AFC Championship, right?
There's no way. Unless
Maybe the Ravens will beat them.
Unless Aaron Rodgers stays healthy this year, there's no way the Jets are going to the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship. The Jets will be lucky if they make the playoffs. And that's coming from a Jet fan. But what? They're going to be above 500. We'll get into the records and everything like that. We will definitely get into that. We'll definitely. There you go, Thomas. Take a seat, man. Take a seat over there. Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, going back to the NFC North, the NFC North is wide open. I think this is the best division in the NFC. And I do believe that there could be 3 teams coming out of the NFC North to make the playoffs. I do believe Chicago. I do believe Green Bay. And I do believe Detroit. And Minnesota could sneak in, too, out of one of those other teams. So Minnesota, if Sam Darnold plays well this year, they got a tremendous amount of weapons, too. And Justin Jefferson is one of the most explosive wide receivers in the NFL, if not the most explosive. And when you have a weapon like that could put up numbers of 170, 160 yards and 2-3 touchdowns a game, you can win a lot of games. And by the way, Minnesota 2 years ago had one of the best records in the NFL and probably won by the least amount of points than any team in the NFL that year in history. So that division is very wide open. Then there's the NFC North. Very interesting division. The Buccaneers last year had the best record in the NFC North. But this is a division that there's a lot of questions. What are the New Orleans Saints? What are they? What is Derek Carr? Is Derek Carr going to be a starting quarterback this year? Is he going to continue playing the starting quarterback? Are they going to part ways with Derek Carr at the end of the season? Are they going to bring in one of their rookies? There is one rookie that they brought in I can't stand. So I think the Saints are very interesting. They have a very good defense. Their offense is very questionable. I do like Kamara. I think Kamara is one of the better running back wide receivers in the league, and I think he's explosive. The question is, do they have enough on the outside to win football games? I don't know if they do, and that's why I think the Saints are going to be under 500. Carolina, I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. I think Bryce Young is going to be a lot better this year. I like Canales. bringing Canales in. I think he's one of the better young coaches right now in the NFL, one of the best offensive minds right now in the NFL. I think a lot of people question Carolina because of the way they played last year, but they added some depth to the wide receiving core. I think Johnson, if he stays healthy, Deontay Johnson, who will be their number one this year, could be good as a number one. I don't know how good, and I do like Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen was a guy on one of my fantasy teams, very explosive, older player, veteran player. I do like Carolina to win, be close to 500 this year. I think they're a lot better than anybody thinks they are. And then there's the Atlanta Falcons, who I think could be the best team in this division. The whole thing is, when you decided to give Kirk Cousins $100 million, there was no reason why you drafted a quarterback at number 8 in Michael Penix Jr., which tells me, ladies and gentlemen, that they don't trust that Kirk Cousins is going to stay healthy, or they don't think Kirk Cousins is the future of the next 3 or 4 years that he signed. So Michael Penix has a very good chance to win this job early this season or in the middle of the season if this team doesn't get off on track in the beginning of the season. I do think they've got a tremendous amount of talent. Bijan Robinson is one of the best running backs in the NFL. I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a chance to really prove himself this year as one of the best tight ends in the league. Drake London is a very explosive wide receiver. He stays healthy. This is a really, really good team. I just don't trust Raheem Morris. I don't trust him. And if you're an Atlanta Falcon fan, we're not in Atlanta, but if you're an Atlanta Falcon fan, it should worry you that Raheem Morris, the one time he was a coach and he coached the Chargers, he was unsuccessful. So now he has a chance again to be the head coach, the guy that's the face of this organization. And he did graduate from Hofstra. He is a Long Island native. I do believe that if this team can figure out what their coaching is, they could be a playoff team.
Yep, that's what it's going to come down to when it comes to the Falcons and the Buccaneers, who are the two close, very talented teams on paper. The Falcons being coached by Raheem Morris, and the Buccaneers being coached by Jets legend Todd Bowles. All you Jets fans sitting out there, you know how good Todd Bowles was as a head coach. So which team can make that defensive talent especially work, I think is going to be a big deal, because the Buccaneers defense is still very talented. They lost a couple pieces. They traded Carlton Davis to the Lions. Shaq Barrett retired after some injuries. And Atlanta got a lot better on defense, trading for Matt Judon just recently. And Raheem Morris, a defensive guy from the Rams that is very good. And Baker Mayfield, will he have the same year without Canales? Still a lot of great talent around him. Godwin, Edwards, Rashad White, very good pass catching back as well. And Atlanta, they've gotten better talent as well. No Arthur Smith to hold them back and not use Bijan Robinson. So that division's going to be very interesting. The Saints, talented team as well, but like we were saying with a lot of the other teams in the past, coaching is a big question with them. Dennis Allen is probably on the hottest seat of any coach this year.
No question. The Saints and their coaching. I mean, we speak about the Jets all the time, and we will get into the AFC East and our thoughts with the AFC East. But I do believe that Allen is he's in a lot of trouble. And I do believe that he's on the hot seat. The question is he going to get enough from Derek Carr, especially in a division that is wide open? And the Atlanta Falcons are probably the most talented team in this division. Fish, your opinion right now in the NFC South.
I've got a very strong opinion about this place because I lived there for 3 years and I moved away a little over a year ago. And that is the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When Tom Brady showed up there, it was a big holiday. I remember teaching classes using Tom Brady as an example because he was the conquering hero. Well, Baker Mayfield came out of obscurity a little bit and really did a great job with this offensive coordinator who now is the head coach of the Panthers in the division. That's dangerous, playing a team that knows your defense very well. So that's not great for Tampa. And on top of that, you mentioned good pass catching back, Rashad White, Speedy. I have to mention that he only averaged 3.7 yards per carry last year. And anyone who's under 4 is a problem. And they have some good linemen over there. So that really makes you wonder what's going on and how they're going to be able to get the run game with a brand new coordinator. They better hope he's good, because we know the head coach of Tampa Bay isn't an offensive guy. We've seen what happens with him when he tries to handle the offense. It's not much good. I think Tampa's going way down from where they were, despite the fact they still have Evans and Godwin being healthy. It's going to be a little ugly with this new system.
I do believe Tampa is going to be very, very interesting this year. I like Baker Mayfield. I like Mike Evans. I like Godwin. I think they're still a very explosive team. My question is their defense, their secondary. There's a lot of questions right now with Tampa and their defense. Todd Bowles, obviously a defensive coordinator, a guy that, was on the hot seat last year until he had a fantastic season in the second half, and that had a lot to do with Baker Mayfield and his success of Baker Mayfield. So I do think Tampa is going to be very interesting. I think the two best teams in that division is Tampa and Atlanta. Tommy, your thoughts of the NFC South?
All right, so if we're talking the NFC South, it's weird because a lot of these teams, truthfully, the Panthers have never really been a contender for the division besides that time stretch that they had Cam Newton. So personally, I don't know. The Panthers could be good. I'm not really writing too much on it, though. And really the only contenders that I could see is really just going to be between the Atlanta Falcons and the Saints. Now, personally, I know you don't like the Falcons. I'm sorry. I know you don't like Raheem Morris. I don't know. I know you don't trust Raheem Morris too much, but I really do have a lot of faith in that team. I think that the Falcons could be a very good team heading into the playoffs, especially. And even the Saints. The only thing is with the Saints is, like you said, they're in a bit of an identity crisis. They don't really know too much of who they are themselves. But personally, I'm going to be honest. I'm not too much of a Buccaneers fan. I'm a bit of a Buccaneers hater. I do like Baker Mayfield. I do like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. But personally, I'm not a big Buccaneers fan. I just don't like Buccaneers fans. Buccaneers fans are so annoying to me personally. But, hey, I'm not, saying anything bad. But, hey, I love all football.
There are
fans,
Buccaneer fans here, so you're picking
There's
on
one in the
Buccaneer
comment
fans.
section right now too. Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's go, Bucks. Personally, I just didn't. Hey,
Eric, you can't be cursing. There are kids here, man.
Personally, I mean, hey,
Your own nephew's a kid. What are you doing over here? What are you breastfeeding him? What are you doing over there? I'm just saying, you pull him to your breast. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there?
I'm not breastfeeding either, so don't even go there.
And then there's the NFC West, ladies and gentlemen, which is probably the most depth in the NFC West. Besides the NFC, again, the NFC North has the depth, but I think the NFC West could actually have three teams coming out of the NFC West as well. Los Angeles Rams are a very good team. Matthew Stafford, obviously the two wide receivers are the Cooper Kupps and then Puka Acuna, a very good wide receiver who everybody thought was a top 10 wide receiver in this year's fantasy draft. But we'll see what he does this year. But they're explosive. They have a young defense. There's no more Aaron Donald there. So there's a lot of questions with them. I do believe Sean McVay is going to figure things out. This team could win 10 or 11 games. There's a lot of questions with their defense because of the youth right now. They had Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey for the last couple of years. Now they added some good defensive depth in the draft. As a matter of fact, the first two first and second round draft picks were defensive linemen. So again, I believe the Los Angeles Rams has a very good chance. The question is, do they have enough depth? Seattle, Geno Smith, another ex-Jet, second round draft pick. And like I said, the Jets have had 2 second-round draft picks in the last 10 years. Eric, for a hat, could you tell me, this is a trivia question. All right. Could you tell me the other Jet quarterback in the last 10 years drafted in the second round? It's Christian Hackenberg. Grab yourself a hat. Pick one.
Just don't hit anybody
one.
like Christian Hackenberg did
Pick a
hitting
hat.
a reporter with a football.
Pick a hat. Take one.
Tough choice.
Oh, I don't
Tough
know.
choice,
I
Eric.
can't hear him. There you go. You know your what? No, do you? Listen to him, Mr. Jet over here.
The Jets got all the hacks. They had a hack in Hackenberg, and now they have a hack in Hackett.
Don't scream in your mic. Talk into your mic. Jeez. Wow. I mean, you almost blew out the mic over here. Anyways, yes, Seattle right now is a team that has Geno Smith. They have a tremendous amount of offense. Tyler Lockett, Smith, and then they have Tyler Lockett. They have a good amount of wide running backs as Walker. They have a bunch of running backs, and they're a good defense. there's a lot of questions to Geno Smith. If Geno Smith and their young head coach, it's always about coaching, ladies and gentlemen. It's always about coaching. And that McDonald is a young coach coming from Baltimore, the defensive coordinator from Baltimore. I'd like to see what he is going to do as a head coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Taking over for a legend in Pete Carroll, who's a Hall of Famer, won a Super Bowl, been to 2 Super Bowls with Seattle. Should have won 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for a stupid play call. He should have ran it in with Marshawn Lynch. He didn't decide to do that, and they lost the Super Bowl to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. But Seattle is a team that has a chance to be good this year. They're another team that could sneak into the playoffs as well. San Francisco is expected to go all the way this year with the talent that they have. They re-signed Ayuk, gave him $30 million. They have a tremendous amount of depth with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. They have a great running back in Christian McCaffrey. Their defense is amongst the best in the league with Nick Bosa, one of the leaders of that defense. I mean, this team has as much depth in the NFC than any team. And guess who they play in week 1? They play the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. So we'll see what this depth could do. And we'll see. Trent Williams just signed a $28 million contract. He is now going to start as the left tackle, I believe he's the best left tackle in the NFL. He's been the best left tackle in the NFL for the last 7 years. So San Francisco has a chance to go all the way again this year. They've had their bumps and bruises. They can't beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. They've lost both games against Kansas City, and they got a chance again this year. I do believe San Francisco could come out of the NFC. And then there's the Arizona Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray this year. I love him. I think this team has a tremendous opportunity this year. As a matter of fact, Arizona could be my sleeper to make the playoffs in the NFC. It's crazy to think that, but they have the depth now. They have the wide receivers. They do have McBride, who I think is going to be one of the top 3, one of the top 4 tight ends in the NFL. And their defense last year in the second half was very underrated. So I love, and I see Chris. How are you, Chris? You look good, man. Look like you're working out, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, you don't have to look at me that way, you know. Anyways, but I do believe that Arizona could be my sleeper in the NFC. I just think that the NFC is so wide open for that final wild card spot because you look at Carolina, even though I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, they could be a lot better than people think. Tampa could be a lot better than people think. Arizona could be a lot better than people think. Los Angeles is definitely going to be a wild card team. I just think they're too explosive, and they have 2 remarkable wide receivers. This might be the best duo in the NFL in Cooper Kupp and Acuna. I think they're as good as anybody in the NFL, and they're explosive. Both guys can have about 1,400 yards, Speedy. So I think that this division in the NFC West could go either way. I do believe that 3 teams could win this division. As much as you guys think San Francisco is going to run away with this division, they're not. I think the Los Angeles Rams could be a lot better than people think. I think Arizona won't win 12 games this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win 9 or 10 games and sneak into the playoffs. Arizona's a lot better than people think.
Very interesting with the Rams because the Rams have their pattern has always been they do well in the first year with new coordinators and a lot of these young defensive players when you least expect them to. So expect their defense to be better than people think, even losing Aaron Donald. They just traded their linebacker, Ernest Jones, to the Titans as well, who's been a steady piece for them. But they've drafted very well on day 3 picks to make it work. And with that offense, like you said, one of the most potent passing attacks in the NFL, they can really make a lot of things work. If Kyron Williams can run the ball even half of what he did last year, because he was a surprise. I think he might regress a little. And their offensive line, same kind of thing. They have a lot of youngsters on that team. Sean McVay is one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Rams, I agree with you, are going to be very close with the 49ers all the way. The Seahawks are interesting. I like what John Schneider's done in the draft in the last couple of years after they've drafted very unconventionally in the past. I think if Mike McDonald is as good of a head coach as we think, I'm not so sure. I have my questions because he really
Tommy, you look good with that hat on, by the way. Go ahead, Speedy.
He only had the one breakout year defensively with the Ravens. He was kind of up and down the year before. The Ravens were blowing a lot of leads and not as good defensively as they were. So if he could turn it around as a head coach, maybe, but they have the talent to definitely still be pesky, like I was saying with the Vikings. The Cardinals' offense is very potent, where they're going to be they're going to be pesky and in a lot more games than you think. I don't know if they're a playoff team because I really don't trust their defense, but their offense will keep games closer. They're one of the teams. Our friend Wes already has a bets on them to cover the spread this week against the Buffalo Bills, and it wouldn't surprise me if it happens more this season. Trey McBride is a very good tight end prospect that really flashed in the second half of the season, and that's why a lot of people are high on him in this fantasy. He's on 2 of my teams. They have a good young running back in Trey Benson, a good veteran running back in James Conner, and a very underrated offensive line. So they're not going to be a shoe over. They'll probably be like a 6-win team, and they're going to be pesky. And the 49ers—
6 wins?
Probably like that. They are
much better than 6 wins.
If their defense can show something, that'll be the big question with them because their talent is still not great there. But their offense is high upside, high octane if Kyler Murray can stay healthy. And then the 49ers, they're the best team. It's just a matter of if they can handle the pressure. Like you said, they've been close for a while, but they just can't get over the hump.
There's a problem, though. I'm sorry. I just got to chime in on Kyler Murray. He thinks he gets healthy by simply stepping on health like he's playing Call of Duty because that's all he does with his free time. He doesn't watch film. They had to put it in the contract that he had to watch film because he's too busy messing around. He doesn't take it as seriously as you'd want someone to do. And that's what you're seeing, being the commentary out of Arizona. Now he has Marvin Harrison Jr. He's an elite, at best that we've seen coming out in college in a long time. People say Neighbors might be better than him, but that's because everyone has seen years of this Marvin Harrison Jr. just dominate. It's a domination. So he has the weapons. McBride, you're absolutely right. Great receiving tight end. Will Connor be able to stay healthy another season? He's had injury issues in the past. I think that's the thing with the Cardinals. They have a big variation of how good they could do. And Speedy, you're absolutely right about their defense. I think the Seahawks coach, the same thing as Speedy, you're saying. The only thing I disagree with, we'll see how good he is. He's a great defensive mind. Remember with the Ravens, but I don't trust Geno Smith as far as I could throw him. I was there when Geno was drafted, guys. I remember how everyone cackled hysterically in Radio City Music Hall in the second round when he was drafted because everyone knew he was going to be a disaster for the Jets. I remember the laughter. It was laughter, not like, let's celebrate our pick. Let's make fun of this. This is so bad. Bad.
That's the tradition of Jets fans. They love booing their draft picks.
But laugh at it. It was a laughter. It was a laughter, Geno Smith. I remember being there for that. The thing about McVay, and I'll finish up with this. McVay, the 49ers ran it back, but McVay is an innovator. The 49ers have all the pressure in the world because they already got to the last game. McVay has been there. They sold their entire roster to get guys like Von Miller when they won their championship. They lost their draft picks. Now they're back. Let's see what happens. I think that the 49ers are still going to be the cream of that division, but it's going to be a lot closer, and the Rams, I think, are that second team. The other guys, I don't know. You got to turn the Call of Duty off for Kyler to make it that third team coming out, Errol.
Well, I do believe Arizona is a lot better than you guys think that they are. It's a 6-win team, 7-win team. I think they're much better than that. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. They have good wide receivers. They have one of the better young tight ends in football. They have a good running game in John Connor. I think they're a lot better than you think they are. And their secondary played better in the second half last year. So I do think they're a lot better than 6 wins. They can win 7 or 8 games. They could be a 500 team. And again, the NFC is wide open. There's only 2 spots that I think are covered. I think the Lions and I think Philadelphia. Everybody else, those 4 other spots, those 5 other spots, it could go either way. I mean, the Cowboys could sneak in. The Chicago Bears could sneak in. The Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay could sneak in. Any one of these teams. I mean, even the Saints, if they actually show up and they're actually any good, I mean, they have the talent to make the playoffs. Now, Derek Carr, there's a lot of questions here. So the NFC, there's a lot of questions. Go ahead, Tommy, your thoughts.
I don't see anybody dethrowing the 49ers, so nobody's taking that from the 49ers. But I do see if any wild card team is going to be emerging out of the NFC, it definitely is going to be coming out of the NFC West. Now, the NFC West has always been a good division in the sense that they're really good. There's always teams that are really good at sneaking in the last few weeks. They get on a good hot winning streak, whether it be the Rams, the Seahawks, the Cardinals. A lot of these teams in this division are pretty good at sneaking into the playoffs. Now, some might say that the Seahawks, because Geno Smith has been pretty solid and a decent player for the team, that the Seahawks are going to be the other ones going to the playoffs as the wild card team. But I think it does come down to the Rams and Cardinals. Now, I have to agree with you, Errol, because I do believe that Kyler Murray is really good. Coaching, like questionable coaching and injury, has kind of left Colin.
You don't like when he speaks into a third person?
Say that again?
You don't like when he speaks in the third person?
Look, Kyler Murray.
I love it. I think he's very entertaining.
No, I said I love Kyler Murray. I think he's really good. I think he's really entertaining, like you said. Coaching decision and injury, like I said, has been the only thing kind of holding him back. But Arizona did make a lot of good moves around him. So I personally do think that they could be a team going in there. But I know you don't like McVay, Errol, but the Rams have always really been really well coached. So I think that the Rams, honestly, like I said, it just comes down to between the two of them. And they need to make sure that Matthew Stafford does stay pretty healthy, because ever since the Super Bowl, he has been breaking down quite a bit. He has a lot of questionable injuries over in training camp. So if they get Matthew Stafford healthy, I do think that the Rams are going to be one of the wild card teams for sure.
Obviously, everybody likes the Rams. And just because of the talent around Matthew Stafford has to stay healthy. That's the problem with the Rams. And that's the problem with a lot of these teams with their quarterback play. There is no good backup quarterbacks. And that's why the NFL is changing all these rules and making the rules value the quarterback. And that's the problem right now with the NFL, because it's become a flag football game. And to me, that's the problem moving forward with the NFL, is trying to figure out how these quarterbacks are going to stay healthy, how these players are going to stay healthy. If they really care about the players, they should be fixing the turf and changing it back into grass, because half of these players are tearing their Achilles, tearing their knees up, tearing their ankles and their feet and turf toe and all that other stuff. That has something to do with the ground that they're running on, the turf that they're running on. It's a big problem. And they're the cleats that they use. The cleats are absolutely horrendous. You're making millions and millions of dollars. I don't understand why the NFL hasn't figured this out over the last few seasons. So it is a big problem. But again, the NFC East is wide open. As far as the AFC is concerned, it is open. But we all know everybody is, and we're not going to go into the Jets division first. I know everybody wants us our thoughts with the Jets, but I think the AFC West is very, very interesting, because tonight you're going to get a chance to see the Super Bowl championship, Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, versus the AFC, should have been the AFC champion, Baltimore Ravens. And this could be a game that could be an AFC championship again this year. The thing is everybody loves Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes this, Patrick Mahomes that. He's a great quarterback. Some people think he's amongst the best quarterbacks of all time. He still needs to prove a little bit more than 7 years to be considered a top 5, top 6 quarterback of all time. He's on his way. Kansas City has a chance to three-peat. They would be the first team to do that. Travis Kelce, I think this is his final year in the NFL. He did sign a 2-year extension in the offseason. He just made $100 million off his podcast. He has nothing else to prove. Travis Kelce is on his way to marrying Taylor Swift and becoming a billionaire. Do you think he really cares about winning? He cares about three-peating. If they don't three-peat this year, I believe he's going to retire. I watch out for Xavier Worthy. I think Xavier Worthy is so explosive, reminds me of Tyreek Hill. He's faster than Tyreek Hill. He's the fastest guy to come out of the combine. So very explosive, so fun to watch. The question is his hands as good as Tyreek Hill's? If it is, now I watched him play all throughout his football career in college. He had a lot of mishaps in dropping the ball. If he knows how to catch the ball, and we know Mecole Hardman, I don't know if anybody knows who Mecole Hardman is an explosive player for Kansas City, but Mecole Hardman could not catch the ball. If Xavier Worthy knows how to catch the ball, I think this team is more explosive than anybody believes they're going to be this year. And I do like Rice. Rice should be suspended. He should not be playing for the first 8 games. He ran his car into another car, almost killed somebody. Then he beat up a photographer. I mean, this guy should have been suspended by the NFL, but it is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they have a chance to three-peat. So Kansas City's defense, too, was ranked 3rd in the league last year. Chris Jones made a lot of money in the offseason. I think this defense is so explosive. McDuffie is one of the best corners, one of the most underrated corners right now in the NFL. They did lose Snead. I think Kansas City is going to be, if not the best team in the AFC, the 2nd or 3rd best team in the AFC. And remember, last year was the first year in a very long time Patrick Mahomes did not win the AFC. And he went all the way to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. So I don't think it matters if they win the AFC. I think it's all about positioning themselves where they play at least maybe one home game and put themselves in position, because the AFC, again, especially the AFC West, there's a lot of weaknesses in the AFC West. One of them is the Denver Broncos. Now, I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is going to be a great quarterback, and I think he's I think he's the second best quarterback in this past class. I think he's right behind Caleb Williams. Everybody keeps talking about this quarterback class. I think this quarterback class there's a lot of questions to the quarterback class, but I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix under Sean Payton is going to be explosive this year. I think Denver does have players that can catch the ball. I question their defense. I question their offensive line, and and you have a rookie quarterback. So I don't think Denver is going to be a scary team. I think they win 7 games this year. The Los Angeles Chargers and Jim Harbaugh, this team is rebuilding. I think their offensive line is going to be fun to watch with Alton Slater. This is a good offensive line. They have no weapons. Mike Williams is playing for the Jets. Keenan Allen is playing for the Chicago Bears. They have no weapons. So they're going into the season with nothing. And that's the problem. I think Justin Herbert was thrown to the wolves. He did get his big contract in the offseason. And again, I think the Chargers are going to rebuild. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the AFC. And then there's the Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to probably move Devontae Adams one way or another, maybe to the Jets at the trade deadline. I don't know what this team is. I like what they did in the second half. I like Antonio Pierce and what he did as a head coach. There's a lot of questions with them and their depth, with their wide receiving, and obviously with their running game, which their running game is abysmal now. There's no Jacobs. I know everybody likes Zamir White, but we have to see what Zamir White is before we can say he's going to be a good running back in this league. So it really comes down to Kansas City. There's nobody that's going to challenge Kansas City in this division. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City wins 13 games this year in this division.
Yeah, there's no obvious threats for even a wild card spot with any one of those 3 teams. They really need a lot to happen. Bo Nix is going to have to probably be a Rookie of the Year candidate for Denver to have any shot at the playoffs, because they lost a lot on defense. Receivers are very questionable. Their offensive line's actually pretty good, and Javonte Williams, maybe he has a better year not having all those injury issues he's had the last 2 years. But Sean Payton is a good coach. He's going to keep the Broncos in a lot of these games. As far as the Chargers, it's a whole new identity for them, because Jim Harbaugh's coming in. There's going to bring more physical style to the game. They're going to try to wear teams out. But will it work with 2 very injury-prone running backs, 2 ex-Raven running backs coming over, and some very injury-prone wide receivers? Ladd McConkey's an interesting rookie, but everyone else is really just a big play threat, physical guy. It's not much you could trust. And their defense was the worst pass defense in the NFL last season. They almost allowed 400 yards a game. That's how bad they were. Jim Harbaugh, the new defensive coaching staff, they brought in a couple guys from Michigan. Maybe it helps a little, but that might still be the worst defense of the NFL. So, again, maybe they're a little pesky, but they're not going anywhere. The Raiders have the best chance that they can get any level of the offensive upside, because they have some youngsters that are promising. You mentioned Zamir White. They drafted Brock Bowers, who was one of the better tight end prospects that we've seen. And they drafted a good one last year, too, in Michael Mayer. Can they put it all together with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, who's always pesky, but is he enough to make it playoffs? I don't know. The Chiefs are the best team. They're going to run away with this.
Who do you have tonight, Speedy?
I am going to take the Ravens tonight. The reason why is I still think the Chiefs defense is going to have to find their way a little bit.
I love the hat over there. That's a nice hat.
Find their way a little bit. I think losing Snead, like you were talking about, they still have some questions with the safety play. I like the Ravens the way they're built right now with their middle of the field offense. I like a big game from Zay Flowers like they had in the AFC Championship game. I like on the over. I agree with our guy Reno Johnny, who was on Let's Parlay yesterday. I like the over in this game. High scoring game. I'll say Ravens 27-24.
I think it's going to be a very good defensive game. I think it's going to be defensive game. Reno Johnny said it was going to be a high-flying offensive game, maybe because these two teams have a tremendous amount of offensive weapons, but it's going to be a very fun game. I think it's going to be fun to watch here at Miller's Ale House with all these TVs, all these football fans over here. It's going to be really, really fun. And don't worry, I know the bartenders, and make sure you tip the bartenders. They're here. They're feeding you drinks, ladies and gentlemen. Miller's, by the way, Danny, I love you, man. I love you. By the way, Danny made this wonderful, wonderful backdrop right over here. Danny, you're the best, man. You're the best. Who do you have tonight, Danny? Who do you have tonight? You don't even know who's playing tonight, right? Just take a guess. Kansas City or Baltimore? Who do you have? What was that? You? Me? I'm not quarterbacking. But I am wearing, and by the way, the Bee's not here. The Bee's not here. I'm actually wearing an Oklahoma State Barry Sanders jersey, okay? Now, if anybody doesn't know who the Beef is, okay, the Beef said something very interesting on a radio show a couple of years ago. He said that Ezekiel Elliott is a better running back than Barry Sanders, that Ezekiel Elliott could have ran behind Barry Sanders' offensive line and ran just as well as Barry Sanders. The Beef did. Barry Sanders. Well, listen, I mean, if you're a football fan and you know anything about football, Barry Sanders is probably the greatest running back to ever play the game. I mean, Walter Payton was fantastic. Brown was great. I mean, I honestly, you can argue that Saquon Barkley is somewhat closer to Barry Sanders than Ezekiel Elliott. Speedy, what are your thoughts?
That's what our friend Eddie Spaghetti said that the first time we had him on the
Yeah.
show. I know you took shots at him for that. I remember that.
I take shots at everybody.
I know.
Speaking of shots taking, we got Justin Booker here, ladies and gentlemen. Justin
boy.
Booker. Justin Booker here. Yes. He's a good friend of mine. And he actually, a couple of years ago, told me when he was playing flag football that if he was in football shape, he could play for the New York Jets.
There you go. We have your future quarterback after Aaron Rodgers.
No, he thought he was a cornerback. He thought he could play defense for the New York Jets.
That's going to be hard.
That's it. Now it'd be hard.
Yeah,
It'd
you're
be really hard.
going to be like ninth on the depth chart at least, Justin.
You know, and then there's Eric Martini over there. Martinez right over there. Enjoying his, what is he eating over there? His dingers? Is he enjoying his dingers over there? A lot of dingers over there. Speedy, do you like dingers?
I don't know. Maybe I do. If I'm referring to the terminology of the Miller's Ale House chicken, yes, I do. Shout out to that. Sorry, Scoop. I think you missed out on that one.
I like dingers too, you know.
I'll give you that one.
I like it hard at the end, Speedy.
That is a little too much information for the Miller's Ale House crowd of people.
I like it hard at the end, man. I do. It's good. It's got to be.
See, Jamie Lee's
got to be
laughing.
cooked.
He knows it's true.
It's got to be cooked, man. It's got to be cooked.
You got to cook it.
Yes. You like it cooked.
I do.
You do.
I would hope it's cooked.
If Miller's had a sausage here, could we have a sausage eating contest with you? Who do you think would win a sausage eating contest right here if we had sausages here?
I believe Mr. Martini over there would be a very good candidate.
Well, he likes
for
to
a
suck
sausage
down
eating
his
contest.
Coca-Cola over there. He likes to suck down his Coca-Cola over there. Speedy likes horses.
Oh, you're going to eat horses, Eric? Come on.
You know, Sabrina likes horses, right? Sabrina likes horses. Round of applause to our GM of Miller's Ale House, Sabrina, everybody. I don't hear you. A round of applause for Sabrina. All right. That's good.
Whoever isn't clapping for Sabrina
Ernie,
has to take on Eric in the sausage eating contest.
Ernie, Sabrina's a pretty woman, right? Attractive? So why aren't you screaming, man? I want to hear it louder. There you go. There you go.
You know what? Just for that, Eric, there's your competition in the sausage eating contest.
I mean, Danny would be good at the sausage eating contest, right, Danny? Danny would be good.
All right. We got Danny, we got Martini, and we got, what's his name over there? What's your name over there?
Ernie.
Ernie. All right, there we go. Those are the three for the
Ernest.
sausage eating
Ernest
contest.
Scared Stupid. You ever see that movie? You ever see that movie? Speedy?
I have not.
You've never seen Ernest? You got to check it out, Speedy. You can check a lot of things out, Speedy.
Okay.
I mean, we could all check things out, you know?
I'm sure you could.
Do you find any women here attractive, Speedy?
I'm not going there.
I'm asking you. There's a lot of attractive women here.
I
There's a lot of attractive women here. Look, These guys, look at these guys. These guys are great. B48, baby. I don't know what that means, but B48.
Maybe you just won the lottery.
Ray, do you know what B48 means? Do you want to play bingo? No bingo. If we actually had a bingo board, I'd probably be pretty good at it. But you know who would be really good? Gina over there. She'd be good at bingo. She's a good bingo player. It takes talent, ladies and gentlemen. It takes talent. Ray, you know all about talent, right? Ray's a good dancer. Can we spin some music right now? Let's see Ray break it down. What do you guys? You want to see Ray dance? Who wants to see Ray dance, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody wants to see Ray dance? Oh, now he's limping. You were at Neptune's.
Look at that fake hamstring pull. I see.
You were dancing at that Neptune's thing with Theo. And now all of a sudden you pulled something? Oh, man. If you ever listen, if you don't know this guy right here, Speedy is like a rocket, okay? He's like a rocket. I mean, he's got these high there it is. Where is it? You can put up the kicks. Let's show him. Speedy, could you do one of your kicks for us?
I'm in a pretty condensed space. It's going to be very difficult.
If I got up and I moved, could you show people a little bit about your kicks?
Oh, if Gina comes up too.
Gina, I don't know. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Oh, no. I don't know.
No.
If you get up here, I'll do it.
I heard Scoops. I heard your father can dance. I heard your father can move.
Yeah, my dad is a bit of a dancer. He likes to hit the pop, the lock, the robot. I mean, where's he at?
Does he know how to pop, lock, and drop it?
He can do it. He can do the pop, the lock. He can lock it and pop it. He can drop it. He can hit it in any way. Speedy, you know about that, right?
Not even in the slightest.
Yeah, look at him. He's even holding my nephew. He can do it while holding the baby.
He doesn't know how to pop lock,
That's
but he
quite the
knows.
challenge.
He doesn't know how to pop lock it, but he knows how to drop it, right, Speedy?
In some ways, I suppose.
In some ways, huh?
Somebody needs to drop it, right?
Nobody has to drop anything, but
Wally, you like to drop the soap? What was that? I'm just joking. Wally. All right. We got the Buccaneers fans over there. The Buccaneers fans. Round of applause to the Buccaneer fans. All right. Enough said on that one.
Those
All
booing
right.
from the Ravens fans over there for the Buccaneers. Very interesting.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of Raven fans here in, Long Island, New York. For some reason, growing up here in Long Island, New York, we grew up, and anybody that's a sports fan, we grew up liking, teams. We like teams. Now, all of a sudden, guys like Thomas, or even as, young as your uncle over there. I mean, he acts like, a little younger than you. He acts like he's 15. They like players. They don't like teams anymore. They like players. So, unfortunately, that's why we play fantasy sports, because nobody cares about teams anymore. They care about players. They care about moolah, mucho dinero. Am I right?
Yeah, don't make the mistake your uncle did of becoming a Jets fan.
Well. Speedy is throwing. Speedy, have you ever thrown an axe before?
An axe? No, I have not.
Yeah, I've never thrown an axe before.
I have not.
Now, if there was a person in here that you would have stand in front of the board when you're throwing an axe, who would it be?
Ooh, that might be tough. Oh, no, we're not.
It would be Eric Martini, right?
It probably would be after that comment.
Listen. What are we seeing over there? Oh, there he is. Speedy is a unique individual. And again, if you guys have never checked out our show, you got to check it out. You can go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. We have a great show called The Sports Loudmouth. We had over 25,000 downloads on Apple Podcasts this past month. And we're happy to be here at Miller's House. Thank you to Miller's for letting us come out here and entertain you guys. Even though we're more hated than loved by some people here. Nice meeting you guys. You too. Nice meeting you guys. Oh, well, there you go. They're off. Off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear, we hear, we hear, we hear. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'm not a singer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back. AFC East time, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Jets. And I know Eric Martini, Wally, you guys are Jet fans here, and that's great. I am a Jet fan too. But there's a lot of worrisome people out there, like yours truly, that believes that Aaron Rodgers is not going to stay healthy this year. He's not going to stay healthy this year. Something tells me he's not going to stay healthy. And that is a big problem. Now, if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy this year with Mike Williams, we haven't predicted yet. You got a prediction? All right, here we go. Give him. Hey, Thomas, give your uncle this. Give your uncle this. He's got a big mouth, a big trap. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Martini.
Thank you very much.
Oh, God, please.
So
Run for your life, ladies and gentlemen. Run for your life. The bouncer of the year, ladies and gentlemen. The bouncer of the year.
I feel confident, though, with the Jets this year, man.
I think you need to do a couple push-ups.
Great offensive line.
Couple push-ups.
My shoulder, I don't know if I could do it, man.
So you
Remember,
go
I
to
just
the
hit him
gym.
with an axe.
What am I getting? Am I getting a prize? Am I getting a hat? What am I getting?
I tell you what.
Let's
All
hear
right,
it.
who wants to see Eric Martini do a couple push-ups?
All right.
All right, here's the bet.
Now the real question: should we make
Here's
Eric
the bet, Eric.
do it with a hat on and see if he can keep it on his head?
Eric, you got to go down and give us 20 push-ups, and you got to every time you go down, you got to scream a Jets player's name. Okay, come on, you're a Jet fan.
That includes the
I'm
ninth
Mr.
string
Jet.
corner of the Jets,
From
Justin
any
Booker.
era.
Any era.
Yes. Okay.
Any era.
Okay.
All right, give me the mic.
Okay. That's tough.
Give me the mic. 20 push-ups and real push-ups. Real push-ups. Hold on. Ready? Go.
All right, you get another axe thrown at you.
Wayne Corbett was his first name, and then Vinny Testaverde. He got 4 names to get to Revis.
We're listening. Shh. How many is that, Speedy?
9.
Okay. 9. You're going deep, man. Name some of the Jets now. Adrian Morrell? Jesus. 1969. Are you tired? Sit on him.
At this rate, we're going to need the crowd to help him out. He still needs 6 more.
Let's hear it for Eric Martini. I almost forgot his name. Who would have thought that?
Don't worry, he's still forgetting 6 Jets players.
You couldn't do it. You can't think? You couldn't name all the Jets right now? Well, hold on. All right, before you grab a hat, you got to tell me one thing. Okay, this is a good question. You ready? What is going to be your daughter's name when she's born in October? Charlotte. Round of applause for Eric, ladies and gentlemen. You want to grab another one?
Hopefully he'll remember his daughter's name because he couldn't remember those Jets.
Thomas, you think you could do better than your uncle? Oh, he's puny. Oh, he does. I love that.
Can you fill him in with 6 more Jets in the next
You
minute?
look good with the hat. You look good. Oh, there. You look sexy, man. Could you flex for us? Flex. Hulk Hogan. All right,
No,
round of
he
applause
didn't-
for Eric Martinez.
Sorry, Eric. He didn't play for the Jets.
Danny. Danny, come over here, Danny. Danny, come over here. Danny, I love you. Come over here, Danny.
Danny, you want to name 20
Danny,
players
come
on
over
the
here.
Jets?
Danny, you're Danny from Miller's. Who doesn't know Danny from Miller's? Danny from Miller's. No? No? None? Danny doesn't want to come up? Nobody. Ray, come over here. You're a football fan, Ray. Ray, come up over here. Come over here, man. I'm trying to get you guys involved, man. You got to be involved.
Ray, how dare you were on your phone when you missed
You gotta
Eric
get
not being able to
involved
name
here.
20 Jets?
Stop limping. Stop limping.
He had his fake hemi.
Okay. I want you to tell everybody, who's your favorite team?
Giants.
Okay, could you name 5 Giants right now? If you can name 5 Giants, you get a hat. 5 Giants.
San Francisco Giants.
No, not San Francisco Giants. No. New York Giants. You're standing in front of the TV. Come on, Ray. Move to the side.
He
There
wants
you
to
go.
see fish.
He wants to see fish. I got to see fish. All right, you ready? No. I'm going to give you a hint. Danny.
Green.
Danny.
The wrong sport.
Oh.
I'm not really a football fan.
All right. You a Yankee fan?
Of course I am.
Okay. Could you give me 5 Yankees right now?
Don Mattingly.
No. Yankees on the team right now. What is wrong with you
Aaron
guys?
Judge.
Hold
Stanton.
on. What is going on here? You have Eric Martinez, who's the biggest Jet fan out there. He couldn't even give me 20 Jets in the last 10 years. Okay? 10 years. I'll bend the hat for you, but I'm not bending it now. I'll tell you who likes to bend the meat. Who likes to bend the meat? You're leaving? You're leaving, Thomas? You say, I knew what your father would say. Thomas, round of applause for Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas, I like that chain, man. Can I have a chain? Can I wear that? Could you let me try that on? Can I try that on? Let me see it.
Bedazzled Yankees.
I want to wear the bedazzle. Yeah, give it to me. All right. The bedazzle right here. All right, what do you think? Yeah, right over here.
Oh, wow. It's not real. Oh, it's not real? Oh, I like that, though.
How do I look, guys? Do I look good? Tom, do I look good?
Iced out.
I look iced out. Look sexy. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for it. No, I'm not going to keep this. Round of applause for Thomas. Thank you for coming, Thomas. Really appreciate your time. Son's doing a great job. Here you go.
Tommy Scoops, everybody.
This is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is
Thank
Papa
you for coming.
Scoops.
Thank you for coming. All right, Papa Scoops. All right, you ready?
Papa Scoops out the
5
building, y'all.
Yankees right now.
Judge, Stanton, Volpe. I'm drawing a blank.
Judge, Stanton, Volpe.
Torres,
One more.
Lupo.
Who?
Lupo?
Who?
Lupo.
You're standing. You come on. You knew you're a DJ. You should be standing in front of the
You're putting me on the spot, man.
Come on, one more.
Wait. Rizzo's still playing?
Yeah.
I thought he was hurt.
He's still part of the team.
But I didn't know you could say
All right,
invaluable
Anthony
players
Rizzo.
there.
Round of applause for our Mr. Ray.
Don't worry, we'll slide up.
Put me on the spot.
Grab
Put me on the
yourself a
spot.
hat. Grab yourself a hat. All right.
Slight upgrade over
Grab
Eric's
yourself a hat.
performance.
Grab yourself a hat. You know, Danny, just because I love you, come and grab yourself a hat. Come up here. Give it to me. I got enough of these hats, Danny. Are those your friends over there, Danny? Are those your friends over there? Danny, are those your friends? So get one of them a hat. Grab a hat.
Errol, I think you have something from Papa Scoops over here that's trying to tell you something.
Hey, you want a hat, Papa Scoops? Grab a hat. You can have a hat. Grab one. Grab one. You're more than welcome to take one. Grab one. Take one. Anyone you want.
Get the green one. Get the green one. Yep. You got shoes to match it. No? All right, then get the maybe yellow. You got yellow shoes to match it.
All right,
All
take
right,
the
then
blue
get
one.
the blue one.
All right, there you
All
go.
right.
There you go. Put it on your head.
99% of the world would too.
Hey, that was Speedy that hit one too.
He looks good, right? He looks good with purple on, right? Sexy? Looks good. Would you hang out with him? Would you hook him up with a woman? Speedy, would you let him hook you up with a woman?
Just don't tell him.
99% of the world would too.
All right. I got a pal over there. I got a new guy. I befriended him. I went to his barber shop over here. Come up here. Come up here. This guy is a rapper. He's a songwriter. And he's a sports fan. He's a sports fan. What's going on,
How
man?
y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
I'm all right.
Thank you for coming, man. You're on live. You're on live.
All
We
right,
really
all right.
appreciate you coming. All right. You're a sports fan, right?
Yes, I am.
Favorite football team?
New York football champion Giants.
New York football champion Giants.
I like that presentation too.
Oh,
Champion.
right. All right. So you know a lot about the Giants, right?
A little something.
A little something. A little something. Okay. So if I ask you a question right now, you think you can answer it?
Good.
Okay. Speedy, you're a Giant fan. Give him a question. Nice, good question. Don't make it too hard because we don't want to throw him off. But don't make it too easy.
All right. Who is the leading tackler on the New York Giants when they won their Super Bowl in 2007?
It has to either be OC or Tuck.
Speedy?
Your answer will be coming in very
You
shortly.
didn't know that? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I'd be willing to bet it's Antonio Pierce.
Get out of here. You guys are cheating. That's not fair to him. You don't know the answer? Get out of here. Speedy, what are you
This is correct. It is Antonio Pierce.
But that's it. That's cheating.
Who was it?
Antonio Pierce.
Who is now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Middle linebackers get all the tackles in
All right.
football. It should be a middle linebacker.
Here's a question, okay? Last year, who led the Giants in receiving yards last season?
I don't think it was Slayton, was it?
It was.
Okay.
Grab yourself a hat, my friends.
All right.
Grab yourself a hat.
All right.
There you go. Darius Slayton. You see, you do know your Giants. Now I'm going to ask you a question again. Who was the greatest Giants coach of all time?
Mr. Parcells?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, it wasn't Bill. See, that's what you guys want to believe. Tom Coughlin, I believe.
Coughlin was good, but
Tom Coughlin was the greatest Giants coach of all time. Come on. Who beats an undefeated New England Patriots in 2007?
you're right about that. But Parcells had
Who did Bill
talent.
Parcells beat?
And then
He
again
beat
in
the Buffalo
2011.
Bills with a
Yeah.
field goal kick.
That Buffalo
Missed.
Bills team was very serious.
Yeah, they should have won. Buffalo should have
should've.
won. They should have won. That was a lucky win by the Giants. I think Tom Coughlin was the best coach, the greatest coach. Okay, one more question. How many push-ups could you do?
Good.
How many push-ups could you do without stopping?
Not a lot, but
You think you could do 10?
yeah, I could do 10.
Could you show us? Is that your girl right there? All right. What do you think? You think you could do 10?
I think you could do 10.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow.
Oh, now he's showing off.
One more extra.
Wow.
You need one for good
Impressive.
luck.
Impressive. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Well, anybody could do
Oh,
better
yeah.
than Eric. I mean, come on. Chris, how many push-ups could you do? Yeah, you. How many? 5? I think you could do more than that.
I
Look
should
at
be
those
able to do
arms.
way more than
Look
that.
at those arms, man. Flex for us. Flex for us. Flex for us first. Flex for us. Well, there you go. Look at those arms, Chris. All right, Chris. I want you to do as many as you can. You ready? Here we go, guys. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, 18. Come on, keep going. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. He's getting tired. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, whoa, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh.
All right.
I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Way more than me.
Why don't you tell the fans how they can find you on social media?
Well, you can find me all over the streaming services. Maine is the name, like the state. My Instagram is Ghetto Life Music, 'cause I'm from the ghetto.
I'm from the ghetto too, man.
The X is X now, right? It's not Twitter.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
It's still Twitter.
It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Maine 80. And I'm on Facebook. My real name, Jermaine Johnson. I don't know why they did that, but
Jermaine Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh man, are you part of the Jets team?
I wish. I mean, I do need some of that money.
You're better looking than Jermaine.
You can
Johnson.
audition
You're
with
better
Justin
looking.
when he auditions for corner.
No, I'm not. I don't want to be related to him. I want the owners. I need that money.
No, you want his check. That's what you want.
That too.
Well, we really appreciate you coming, man. You're awesome. How's the food going? You guys like the food? Like the food? Two thumbs up. You got to see 2 thumbs. No 2 thumbs? Danny
man.
puts the 2 thumbs up. Danny's like the king of Miller's Ale House. This guy is here every single day, Jermaine.
Wow.
That guy is the king. And Miller's makes a living off of this guy right here.
Somebody's got to keep him.
Thomas?
No, somebody's got to be their everyday customer.
Thomas, you ever meet Danny? Danny Thomas? No. Danny, Thomas, Danny. Right across, right there. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. I was looking at you. All right, Jermaine, thank you. You're the best.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you for doing the push-ups too, man. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Before the game, and by the way, the game's about to start. They're going to put up the volume of the game, and we're going to do a halftime. But I know everybody's looking forward to the Baltimore Ravens game. Hopefully, Baltimore knocks it out. Thomas, how many push-ups could you do? Ernie, what are you laughing at? How many push-ups could you do? Oh,
You have to audition for the sausage eating contest.
How many do you think I can do? How many do you think? Could pick it. 35. What? How many? I could do more. Go ahead. What do you want?
More than your uncle. I'll at least do more than Eric.
Speedy, you think you could do more than Eric? What do you think?
Oh,
Fish,
he's
how many
getting up.
push-ups? How many push-ups, Fish?
Only because of Tommy.
How many Speedy can do?
How many do you think Speedy could do?
I think Speedy's going to give us A-Rod 13 push-ups.
We're gonna have fun. I mean, this is we're here to have fun.
Side by side.
Sabrina, you could do push-ups? No. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. Poor Speedy.
Speedy should be calling out Jets names, things like that as well. I think Speedy will have the best one of this.
Hey,
He's
I'm
showing
a
off
watcher
now.
right now. Hey, that was all right. Give it up for Speedy, young.
All I heard was counting up to like 35, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't Speedy.
Listen to Speedy. Listen. I mean, round of applause for Eric and Speedy, everybody. Yeah, we're fantastic. Fantastic. Wally? Wally? Yeah, Wally, you want to try it? Gina? I tell you what. Wally, if you can do 15 push-ups, you get a hat. They got to be real push-ups. They got to be real. Come on, I'm trying to give hats away, man. I'm trying to give hats away. How many do you think I could do? I could do a lot more than that. I do a lot of push-ups. If you want me to, I can. All right, Wally, grab yourself a hat. I got one more person that likes to brag about his muscles, ladies and gentlemen. And his name is Justin Booker.
Future New York Jets cornerback.
That's right. Mr. Booker, would you like to come up and show us what you can do with your push-ups before the football game starts? We'll finish up the show at halftime, but Booker, come up here. I see you with the van. He hurt himself? Oh my God. You okay? Come on, Justin. Come on, come up here. Come up here. Round of applause for Justin, everybody. Now, this guy is a workaholic, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you could flex, ladies, he's not available, but, maybe in the future. We'll see. Anyways, Justin, you ready? How many push-ups do you think you could do? 30.
Come on, Justin. You have to do better than me.
30 push-ups. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Wow, we're going strong here. Now at 55. 60 we're at now.
He's getting tired.
62. Okay, 62.
Grab yourself a hat. Round of applause for Mr. Booker. Mr. Book. Grab one or the other, whatever
You
one
said
you
you
want.
only could do 20, and that was less than me. You almost did triple of me.
What is this? Ernie? Ernie, you want to do it? why
Yeah,
not?
Ernie, you know you want a hat.
I'm trying to give away these hats. I'm going to say, Ernie, I think you're going to do more than Wally, okay? Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. Get it. Squeeze them up. Squeeze them. Squeeze those cheeks. There you go. Ernie, just because you did it, grab a hat. Fantastic. Fantastic. Do you guys really want me to do push-ups? You want me to do this? All right. Who wants me to do push-ups? I'm not in the mood to doing this right now, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Speedy, you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Speedy, you're gonna do the countdown?
Absolutely.
Okay. Sabrina, should I do push-ups? You think? No, you don't think I should do it? No push-ups. No, I don't need to.
She's trying to keep the
Sabrina
floor.
says I don't have
She's
to.
trying to
do
keep
it.
the floor clean.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because everybody wants to see me do this stupid stuff. You know, even if I do 50, 60, 70 push-ups, it's not going to make a difference because I got hats. Okay. But all right, here we go. Here we go. I don't want to get this dirty. I don't want to get it dirty.
And Speedy has us with the countdown.
All righty. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. 80. The big 8-0. I don't know if we're going to get any more rematches here.
That was good. You guys like it? How about that guy right there eating the food over there? Yes, we're going to put the game. Yes, we're going to put the sound on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to watch the game, and then at halftime, we're going to finish up. We really appreciate everybody coming out and enjoy the game.